With some of the largest crowd sizes in stadium history, chart-topping songs, and drama that breaks the internet, you may think that you know Zach Bryan. But did you know that he went viral for the first time after posting an iPhone video of himself singing outside of his Navy barracks? It was 95 degrees, and with sweat pouring off his head, he belted out the words "heading south," not knowing what would come in such a short amount of time. Born in Okinawa, Japan, while his family was stationed there, Zach was next in line to continue a family tradition of enlisting into the Navy, one that his mom, dad, grandfather, and great-grandfather established before him. Zach grew up in Ulaga, Oklahoma, a town of 1,300 people, alongside his father DeWayne and mother Annette DeAnn Bryan. Zach started writing songs at the age of 14. Shortly after moving to Oklahoma, his parents got divorced, and Bryan has said that he was able to channel his emotions into songwriting. All of his songs are handwritten in a notebook, and while on the Joe Rogan Experience, he recalled a time in New York where he freaked out when discovering his song journal was lost. But luckily, he was able to get it back. This life isn't entirely fair to everyone, and it's thrown a few punches Zach's way as well. This is the reason why so many can relate to Zach, as he puts himself into his songs fully. He started sharing this music in 2017 on Twitter while enlisted, saying that it was his therapy as he was going through an emotional time. And Zach was in the Navy for almost 9 years, enlisting at the age of 17. Shortly after the release of his second album, he was honorably discharged due to the fame that he amassed. Although he wanted to stay in the Navy, they wouldn't allow it, and the only other time this has happened I could find was with the King of Rock, Elvis Presley himself. Zach's first album came out in August of 2019, simply titled DeAnn. It was made in honor of his late mother, who passed in August of 2016 when Bryan was just 24 years old. After the viral Twitter video, Zach's friends convinced him to record the album. This record was recorded over the course of 2 days in an Airbnb. Bryan and crew propped up mattresses on the wall and stapled couch cushions as well to make the soundstage for an album that would grow beyond their wildest dreams. Zach said, "To be honest, we thought it was going to be a huge flop." In fact, Zach has said when the album first launched, it was only available on Spotify because he and his friends weren't quite sure what they were doing. And a few months after this album came out, Zach had his first concert in Medford, Oregon, which was entirely performed out of a truck bed. Even though Heading South is often the song that is referenced as skyrocketing Bryan to popularity, Zach had uploaded tons of music to YouTube and SoundCloud before it. Fan favorites such as Godspeed, Condemned,
I'm condemned, no, my heart is on the mend. Nobody gives a damn.
Shivers Down Spines,
If it meant that I could just lie here forever.
and Snow.
I heard you like to go out late at night and dance around the amber of the southern lights. Knew you were home by a creak in the floor, foot silhouette under a bedroom.
These are all songs that you may find on a set list at one of the Highway Boys concerts today, even though some of them were uploaded 2 years before Heading South went viral. One of the most notable songs from Zach's freshman album is Sweet DeAnn. This song is all about how Zach misses his mother and wishes more than anything she was still on this journey with him today.
Sweet DeAnn, I miss you so. You words go where I go, and the reasons I don't know. So I stay around slow.
If you've ever been to one of his concerts, you've probably heard this song. He has played it at almost every show he's ever done, including his debut at the Grand Ole Opry in 2021.
So you can hear me from the heavens, and you can calm my thunder down. I miss having you around, but in my heart you're always.
If you've been to one of his shows, you know how emotional it is every time it's sung. And he still plays it often, although DeAnn lives on through a lot of other songs. And while we all have feelings that are hard to describe, it just seems that when Zach is able to put pen to paper, it all comes out in a way that's easier to understand. Around 7 months after the release of DeAnn, Zach dropped his second album in May of 2020, this one titled Elizabeth. This was the first release following the juggernaut of Heading South, and it did not disappoint. With 19 well-crafted songs, Elizabeth is a lot of fans' favorite album of Zach's. With songs like Messed Up Kid, the aforementioned Heading South, and my personal favorite, Leaving.
Until the leaving leaves this house, no, we ain't going out. Till I make some promises that I can't keep. And I wish I could explain how toxins in my brain get me so damn down. Sometimes I can't speak.
This album also carries a couple of songs that have been removed from streaming platforms, Anita Part 2 and Elizabeth. Zach has stated that these songs aren't entirely his story to share anymore, and they bring him a lot of pain. Some fans were disappointed by this, but I feel it's fair. Not all art is permanent, and that we even had these songs for a short amount of time makes it even more interesting. It's rare that an artist pours their heart and soul into a song in the first place, so for Zach to pull them back makes that all the more real. The final track on Elizabeth is Revival. If you've been to a Zach Bryan concert, you know that Revival is the last song he plays, and he has stated that it will always be the encore song now and forever. This song clocks in at 3 minutes and 40 seconds on the album, but at a show it can run upwards of 12 minutes. As Zach credits each one of his band members, and they perform a solo respective to their instrument. It's always an awesome way to end the night, giving the entire band the credit it deserves. And if you bring a Zach Bryan newbie, they'll be singing along at the end, as the hook of the song is repeated about 9 times. The other interesting thing about this song is how often Zach invites people on stage to sing it with him. Take a look. You may recognize a few faces here.
How we doing, Red Rocks?
Billy Strings, Noah Kahan, Maggie Rogers, Bruce Springsteen, Shane Gillis, Britt Baker, Haley Welch, Sexy Red, Joe Rogan, Kings of Leon, Charles Wesley Godwin, and these are just some of the most recognizable people that have joined him on stage during this finale so far. But I'm sure as he continues, more and more will. Zach has even brought his dad, sister, and grandma on stage to sing the encore song. Tell me in the comments who you'd like to see do a revival with Zach Bryan. Nobody's too far-fetched. I mean, he's had Sexy Red and Kings of Leon on. For me personally, I would love to see Post Malone join him, and I think it's going to happen. While I know Post has more of that Nashville vibe now, I just think they'd work well together. Like the rest of the world, Zach didn't do much traveling in 2020. However, he did do a couple virtual performances, one of which was live from the Space Needle in Seattle. And shortly after this, he dropped his EP, Quiet Heavy Dreams, with songs like November Air,
Dear Ma, how's it going? Was the weather fair last week?
and Birmingham.
Mountain on a cloud bound for the sky. Don't go praying for me because it's not prepared to die.
Quiet Heavy Dreams was really something special, and this guy was releasing music like a machine. Apart from the albums and the EPs, he was dropping songs on YouTube like monthly and Instagram clips, and he still does this today. After the release of this EP, Zach started playing his first national tour, the Ain't for the Tamin' tour, and it was mostly played at smaller venues like Avondale Brewery, almost all of which sold out. I remember going with some good friends, and it was an awesome experience. Although he was a fast-rising star in the world of quote-unquote country music, he wasn't on a mainstream level or getting radio play yet, and not that any of that is even important in today's landscape of music, but the Suits think so. After the tour ended, Zach really got to work hard on his third album. In the run-up to this album, Zach released 6 singles, one of which you likely know, calling on fans to submit clips for a music video and even debuting the song fittingly at the Auburn Rodeo to a huge orange sky. I think this song we can all resonate with. Everybody has a special golden hour memory, it seems, and he nails it. The song Something in the Orange was a huge success after its release, climbing its way into the top 10 of Billboard's Hot 100, Bryan's first song to do so. It also got everybody way more excited for his upcoming album. This was going to be very different, though, from anything he'd ever done before. He was recording it at Electric Lady's studio in New York City, far from the mattress-covered walls of an Airbnb, and a step up from the makeshift studio he and his friends built in a barn for Elizabeth. At least, audio quality-wise, I'm sure the vibes were insane in there. The likes of Jimi Hendrix, Lana Del Rey, Taylor Swift, and Yeezy had all made music at Electric Lady, and now Zach Bryan has joined that crew. The album he recorded here, titled American Heartbreak, released with 34 tracks. This triple album is full of hits like Highway Boys, Open the Gate, Son to Me,
I remember being younger and my mother told me true. About someone who grows flowers in the darkest parts here.
and this will be the first poem that Zach includes on an album with the TikTok famous This Road I Know, and a parody of Nashville, of course.
Find me a train, I'll hop out west. If she wants a cab, we'll hop cab.
Let's be honest, at this point most of us have grown far tired of the bro country era, and this is one that Zach didn't like either, saying that he recorded his album at Electric Lady to make sure it, quote, didn't sound like anything else. For many years, country music was dominated by this. Artists like Florida Georgia Line, Kane Brown, and of course, Luke Bryan. This drove a lot of people away and brought a lot of others in. It's just a completely different type of sound, closer to Maroon 5 than Merle Haggard. Zach was definitely the straw that broke the camel's back here, sending a wave of artists center stage where they had been more niche in the past. Voices like Culture Wall, Tyler Childers, Charlie Crockett, Jason Isbell, and Sturgill Simpson all make up a crowd of musicians that people associate with Zach Bryan, some of which he cites as inspiration for why he started making music in the first place, saying that when he was enlisted in the Navy, Isbell and Trampled by Turtles is what got him through the day, and recalling times that him and his friends would scream Childers. And he's also inspired a lot of other people too, like Wyatt Flores, Rollo Morgan, and Sam Barber. Kind of just showing that if you have the good music, people will come and listen, no matter where you are. Remember how I said Zach Bryan was a music machine? Well, shortly after that, he went on to release his second EP, Summertime Blues. The song had records like Quittin' Time, Oklahoma Smoke Show,
She'll never make it out alive.
and All the Time. Zach also dropped Burn, 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 Starved, 5th of May, and more as singles in 22. This man's crazy.
Mama's gripping on her head on the 5th of May. Something on a human day. In a town, she wants you way out in western Kentucky.
At this point, it seemed to fans that Zach could do no wrong. He even netted himself a cameo on the show Yellowstone. However, Zach, like most of us, is a deeply flawed individual. He says it in all of his songs, and we should take him at face value. I think that's what makes his music so easy to connect with for me, actually. So, when Zach's concerts were getting sold out every time, and tickets were reaching insane prices from scalpers, he decided to try and take a stand and team up with ticket site Axis, along with the Rat King, of course, Theo Vaughn.
It's your boy himself, the Lord's Oyster.
Tickets were price capped. You could only sell them back to Axis. You had to show your ID at the gate. There was a lottery to even be able to buy them, which you may or may not even got a chance to do, yada, yada, yada.
Why waste money purchase scalp ticket when scalp ticket paid?
This was a big deal at the time because Ticketmaster was in the news a lot for their bad practices. So to promote this idea, Zach released his first live album, All My Homies Hate Ticketmaster. Performed live at the Red Rocks, this album goes down as one of his most notable performances of all time. It was literally snowing when he sang Snow, and he had to fight and plea with the venue not to have the show canceled. None of the headliners got to perform, the whole thing was a mess, but the fans loved it. As far as the ticket lottery goes, I think it worked well. It was a good shot at challenging a broken system, which, you know, live to fight another day. All my homies still hate Ticketmaster, and if you don't hate Ticketmaster, you're not a homie. So before starting the Burn 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 tour, Zach released a single, Dawns, with Maggie Rogers. This was recorded with the window wide open to capture the sound of New York City, which is where we get the sirens in the background. It's obviously a fan favorite, it's very emotional and raw, and I just love it. And I'm not alone, listen to this crowd.
Wake me up when the season's gone, 'cause I've wasted all my dawns on you. So what do I do? Oh, what do I do?
Nearing the end of this tour, Zach released his senior album, self-titled Zach Bryan. And this album's production was all over the place, with songs like smaller acts recorded on iPhone, where you can hear a bird or a frog in the background. I think it's a bird. Studio collabs like Spotless with the Lumineers. And Hey Driver with The War and Treaty. And my personal favorite, Oklahoman Son. This song is Zach Bryan at his best to me.
There's still a smoke smell in your old fast car. You can't hide where you're from. The nightcrawler blood on your casket thumb. You can find the fiend, sell your guns, but you'll always be Oklahoman son.
His life has changed so much during this time, and mine has too as I've grown with this music. I hear this song as his father's having a conversation with him, saying no matter what changes in this life, what beliefs you hold, you'll always have your roots and you'll always be an Oklahoman. The biggest song from this album was the breakout hit, I Remember Everything. Recorded with Kacey Musgraves, this song is peanut butter and jelly. It went to the top of the streaming charts and debuted #1 with 33 million streams, becoming both Bryan and Musgraves' first #1 song on the chart and the 70th one to debut #1 in history. I really love this duo because Kacey has the smoothest vocals in the world, and her psychedelic space cowboy Nashville vibe, when paired with Zach's Marlboro Man raspy Oklahoman sound, is just a perfect match. Culturally, everyone seemed to be listening to this thing. I think it'll go down in history to be as big as something like Islands of the Stream with Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton.
Islands in the stream, that is what we are. No one in between. How can we be wrong? Sail away with me.
In terms of the heart on the sleeve writing, I see a lot of similarity from Zach to someone like John Prine. You see, Prine is one of the songwriting greats that didn't let the material drown in ego. While this song is pretty comical, maybe you'll catch what I mean. If you haven't listened to John Prine and you like Zach Bryan, you owe it to yourself to check him out.
She thinks crossing her legs is funny. She looks down her nose at money. She gets it on like the Easter bunny. She's my baby, I'm her honey. I'm never gonna
And it
let
seems
her
that Musgraves
go.
follows good music wherever it goes.
Well, he ain't got laid in a month of Sundays. I caught him once and he was sniffing my undies.
He ain't too sharp, but he gets things done. Drinks his beer like it's oxygen. He's my baby, and I'm his honey. Never
Everything also awarded Kacey Musgraves with her 7th Grammy and Zach with his 1st for Best Country Duo. A month after the release of this album, Zach was arrested for obstructing justice. He was released on bail, and the body cam footage was uploaded by TMZ. Opinions were divided. Most people shrugged, few screamed, and some compared him to outlaw artists of the past like Johnny Cash. Zach released an apology for this, and honestly, it's such a small footnote in his career. For his next tour, the Quittin' Time Tour, Zach was forced to return to Ticketmaster. He and his crew explained that the bigger venues all had exclusivity contracts with Ticketmaster, and while he hates Ticketmaster,
there was no other way.
Ticketmaster aside, when the Quittin' Time Tour started, it was an absolute banger. As you can see throughout all the clips in this video, the Highway Boys never disappoint. Before the tour kicked off, Zach released his 4th EP, Boys of Faith, where he collabed with Bon Iver on the song of the same name. He also had Noah Kahan, Vermont's own, on the track Sarah's Place. One of the leading tracks, Nine Ball, had a video to accompany it with Matthew McConaughey, Ty Sheridan, and Miles Teller.
Holy shit, dude. It's Miles Teller.
I think this is one of the best songs Zach has ever made, and I've seen this play out in real life, so it's very authentic to me. As if his life wasn't crazy enough around this time, he also completed his bachelor's degree in psychology while on tour, crafting his 5th album, making good on an old promise he made to DeAnn. Leading up to the release of his 5th album, he released the single Pink Skies. This song leaves heavy on loss, the meaning of it, and finding beauty in the world around us, even though the ones you miss aren't here.
In town for a funeral, so pack the car and dry your eyes. I know they got plenty of young blood left in them. Plenty nights under pink skies. You taught them to enjoy.
The song resonated in a big way for many of us, and when Zach's Great American Bar Scene album released, he was deep in the cultural zeitgeist machine, with every opinion you could have on somebody circulating. To who he used to date, his political stances, YouTubers commentating on it, and other musicians weighing in as well. None of this slowed him down or stopped the album that gave us a more rock and roll version of Bryan than we'd heard before, with songs like American Nights, Better Days with guitar whisperer John Mayer, and Sandpaper with Bruce Springsteen.
Close my eyes, I think of times I could smell and hear that northern thunder.
This was the beginning of a great friendship between Bruce Springsteen and Zach Bryan. They've done interviews together, multiple performances, and hopefully made more music. I appreciate this because Bruce has been in the industry for a long time, and hopefully he was able to share some wisdom with Zach about how to navigate such a life. I mean, he'd know better than almost anybody, right? His next album, The Great American Bar Scene, released during Zach's first multinational tour, alongside his second live album, 24, to recap the year. While he was across the pond, we got some unexpected releases, like Bowery with the Kings of Leon.
You picked the wrong one if you're in it for the long run. 'Cause I got the passion, but I don't give it away.
And in typical ZB fashion, he dropped a few singles as well during this tour. Zach's 6th studio album with Heaven on Top comes at a huge time in his life. He'd just broken the record for the largest attendance at a ticketed concert by a single headlining act in the US. He packed out the Michigan Stadium with a crowd of over 112,000. The previous record holder was none other than George Strait himself. Even bigger than that, Zach tied the knot to Mrs. Samantha Bryan at a private wedding in Spain. I wish these two a life full of happiness. Miss Bryan definitely influenced some of the 25 tracks with Heaven on Top, and its alternate acoustic version delivers. We see so many sides of Zach on this record. DeAnn's Denim is so beautiful and sounds like it was a struggle to write emotionally. It's a continuing reflection of his relationship with DeAnn's influence on him to this day.
Time changes all you'll see. Did you become what your mama wanted you to be? And are you strong enough to stay away from family, Jane? 'Cause DeAnn's denim was a stubborn thing. DeAnn's denim was a stubborn thing.
My other favorite here is Plastic Cigarette. It's a classic Zach Bryan love song with his new sound accompanying it, and he's always noticing these small details and magnifying them for us to see.
I saw you on the river's edge, dragging on a plastic cigarette, with your swim top still wet. Let it go, I'm meeting you out on the coast. You hate the smell of real smoke, so why'd you always keep it so close?
The future for Zach looks very bright as well. The With Heaven on Top tour is kicking off in March of 25, and Matthew McConaughey is working on a film with him called Motor Breath. This will be a full documentary-style biopic following a group of friends taking a 2-week motorcycle ride across America while they work on a final major label album. Zach's success, coupled with the complicated life he's lived, tells me that his goal of keeping the truth in songs resonates with listeners. The truth is plain, and some people love it while others hate it. Having followed Zach all this time, it's been incredible to watch his successes and failures. I know he has changed. How could someone go through everything we talked about and be the same? His lifelong best friend, J.R. Carroll, still performs with him to this day, going all the way back to convincing him to record that first album in the Airbnb. That speaks more to his character to me than any article ever could. While his career has been full of ups and downs and controversies, I didn't cover many of them here. My reasoning for this is that it comes as no surprise to me. Zach isn't one of them. He isn't a Nepo baby. He gets things wrong, he gets them right. He's a square peg to the round hole the industry pushes people through. I see keyboard warriors threaten a man they know nothing about, only to cower down when he goes to hop the fence on them. I hear a man sing about Jesus in his music, while others sign contracts that prevent the use of the Lord's name. Zach is not perfect, he is flawed, and his music is a testament to great creativity from people who are actually experiencing life. Zach's artistry is a showcase of staying true to yourself, growing, failing, succeeding, falling on your face, and getting back up to go further than you ever had before. We're all on this journey to grow into better people, musicians, friends, parents, and partners, and I'm glad that we have Zach and his music to grow alongside. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, consider subscribing and let me know what you'd like to see next.